It's the PB&J show.
Yeah, welcome. You're listening to the PB&J show.
All right.
Here on WHID.
My cast, my students are busy texting, so
Just a little
excuse
slow
me.
today.
Just excuse them. Go ahead, Janelle. Take it away.
It's the PB&J show here,
Yeah.
and we have Matt or Max. Matt.
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 It's gonna be a new name every week.
What?
It's gonna be a new name every week.
Oh, you? Okay. We have Blaine and Mr. P in the studio. I'm Janelle. And it is actually the last day of April, right? Or is it?
Yes, it is, Janelle.
Okay, and it's April 30th. It's 2:21 right now. And I'm going to give you the forecast for the weekend. And today it's partly cloudy, and it's pretty nice out, though. It's a little hot out there. And sun shining, 75 degrees, a low of 62. Tomorrow, mostly sunny out with a high of 87 and a low of 68. Sunday, it's going to be 84 and a low of 70, but it's going to have some thunderstorms, but at least it'll be nice out. Monday, it's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 74 and a low of 60. So it's not going to be too bad next week either. It's going to be like today all week next week.
Well, May is on its way.
Not bad.
Yes.
Not bad. Now, today, Drama will be producing their crash course presentation at 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock for $7 for students and $10 for adults. It was a wonderful show yesterday. I recommend that everyone come and give their patronage. It will really help us out in these troubled times. Thank you very much. Now, why don't we talk about the oil spill?
Okay. Well, I was actually going to go into this day in history.
Oh, that
since we
worked
just did
better.
the weather. Yeah. And in 1789, George Washington took office in New York as the first president of the United States. In 1803, the United States purchased the Louisiana Territory from France. 1812, Louisiana became the 18th state of the United States. In 1859, the novel of Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickinson was
Watch that.
like I purposely did that, was first published in serial from a literary magazine.
Okay.
In 1900, Hawaii was organized as the U.S.'s territory. New York was New York World's Fair opened in 1939 today.
Okay.
Nazi dictator Adolf Hitler committed suicide along with his wife of one day.
Say it
Eva
ain't so.
Braun, as Russian troops approached his Berlin bunker. Also, British forces exited Iraq, hanging control on the oil-rich area in the U.S. commanders in 2009. So that's all for today. And some birthdays that we have. On April 30th are Kirsten Dunst. She's an actress, and she turns 28 today. So, happy birthday to you.
Was she in Spider-Man?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You sound
Also,
very...
Willie Nelson, 77 today.
Aww.
Awesome.
I like Willie Nelson. He always makes those weird cameos in movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The best
Always
ones
smoking
ever.
pot.
Yeah.
Not always. Just
Most
like
of the time.
chilling with his guitar. Just like, man,
What's-
man. Duke of Hazzards.
Mm-hmm.
Swing Vote he's randomly in.
Isn't he Howard and Kumar?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I love Neil Patrick Harris.
Mm-hmm.
He's my dude. What else we got?
Well, we could go into the oil spill.
Okay, go ahead and go into the oil spill.
That's you.
Well, something's happening, right? It's going towards Florida.
What? No.
You have the phone number. Anyway, right now the spill has the spill has grown to over 210,000 feet of miles per day of oil, and that is larger than the state of Rhode Island. Right now, this is tremendous. This is just insane.
210,000 miles? That makes no sense.
Did I say miles?
Yeah. The U.S. is only 3,000 miles wide.
Feet, square feet. Today's not my day.
Do you mean barrels?
No, square feet, I believe.
Okay.
Square feet. But yeah, it's larger than the state of Rhode Island.
Gallons, 210,000
And where
gallons.
is it located?
5,000 barrels.
Where is it located, Matt?
On the Gulf of Mexico, right off of Arizona, I believe. Oh no, of New Orleans.
And it's headed to Florida, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
What counties are in trouble? What counties are
The
being targeted?
northwest counties.
The northwest counties. Okay.
It isn't into Tampa, though. It's higher.
It's higher than Tampa.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I have some relatives down there, and
They're going to get covered in oil.
Yeah.
no, they're south of Tampa. They are in the Bradenton area, unless it shifts. But it's still bad for anybody else.
It's not going to affect people. It's going to affect, like, animals.
Well, it'll affect people.
Hey, who cares about
eventually.
them?
Well, we just can't go swimming for a while. Oh, sorry, Florida.
Aw.
You can't go swimming for a week. Gosh. All other 350 days you can.
Okay.
What a shame.
All right.
What a real shame.
But also, it pollutes anything in the ocean and or the Gulf of Mexico, and basically, a lot of food comes from there: fish, shrimp, lobster, whatever. So that will be all affected also.
Mm-hmm. So those fish eaters are pretty much not in a good situation.
No, they're not, and this doesn't bode well for offshore oil drilling, or does it?
I don't know if that's that much of an effect because there's always going to be mishaps. I mean, yeah, 3 Mile Island really screwed it for nuclear power for now. And problems always occur and problems always have setbacks. But I don't think one oil spill, even one this massive, is going to stop our largest dependent fossil fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should start building our oil tankers a hell of a lot stronger. I mean, if they keep breaking like this and keep spilling, there's something wrong here.
Okay, I mean this is a kind of a calamity. So I really don't know the details of the problem, but it's going to affect an awful lot of people and fish and shrimp and lobster and ocean water and beaches and whatever.
Sad, sad area.
Okay, and another story we have brewing is in Greece. Greece is a beautiful country, but it's mired in debt,
Yes,
and it's affecting the rest of the European nations that are involved in or in the euro exchange. Greece went over to the euro, I believe, in 2000,
Yes,
and
it
there's
did.
other countries also at the edge of bankruptcy, and they include Spain, Portugal, and Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
And I also read that Italy's got some problems also. So there's quite a few countries that are on the brink here.
Now the problem with Greece was it was spending far too much money, far more money than it actually had every single year, going into a deficit to the point where it was nearly 13% deficit per year. And I guess we're going on a commercial break while I'm being cut off. Thank you very much. See you in a second, High Tech.
When I do it, I feel the blood rushing through me. My muscles tighten, and I keep going back for more.
Carmen Castillo is under the influence of Dana, her volunteer trainer.
Come on, Carmen, again.
By spending 1 day a week in the gym,
Tuck your chin, Carmen.
Dana helps neighborhood kids like Carmen develop interests that keep them away from drugs.
Hey, let me see your shoulder shift. Jab, jab. Great.
Be a coach, a mentor, a volunteer. No matter what it is, you have something to offer.
Good workout, Carmen. See you next week.
Log on to helpyourcommunity.org or call 877-KIDS-313 and be an influence on the kids in your community. Brought to you by the Office of National Drug Control Policy and the Ad Council.
Everything is going to the beat. And everything is going to the beat. And everything is going
We're back on the PB&J show here at High Tech High School on April, is it 30th?
30th, yes.
It is the 30th. Take it away.
Oh, first off, if anyone wants to call, please call in at 201-854-8224 or 201-854-8199. We'd really appreciate your help.
Somebody's calling in right now.
Oh, they are?
Yes, they are. So hit it.
What are they
If you can hit it.
Hello there?
Hello.
Hey there, what's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. What about you?
Good, good.
Do you have a question or a statement?
No, who am I talking to?
Do you have the right number?
This is WHIT Radio.
The what?
This is WHITradio.org.
Oh, yeah. I think I have wrong number.
Yes.
Okay, but do you have a question anyhow?
Yeah, just ask anything. We'll answer anything.
I think she hung up. Okay.
All right.
No, she's here. She's here. She's here.
Oh, she's still there?
Yeah, ask us anything.
What?
Ask us anything.
Ask us anything.
Politics, random news, we really don't care.
Okay,
feel
no, I
about
was
the new
looking for
Arizona
Barbara,
immigration
but I think this is
I'm so sorry. Can you please repeat that? There was a bit of a technical difficulty there.
Who?
Can you please repeat that?
She wants to
What?
Thank
you.
Never mind. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
No, because I wanted an answer, all right?
All right, thank you.
Anything. It's fun.
All right.
You say so.
Anyway.
Anyway, Greece has been spending about What?
Fudge muffins.
What
That's our
now?
response right now. Just fudge muffins.
What now? If anyone wants to be a real caller, once again, 201-854-8224 or 201-854-8199. Now back to Greece. They've been spending about 13% more than they make. And does that sound familiar to anyone here? If they're going down to hell as much as they are right now and bringing down the entire European Union, who has to bail them out right now, what is in store for us when we have to be bailed out from all these other countries?
I do not know, but
One's gonna help us.
I have to bid farewell to everyone.
Aww.
Well, Blaine is going to go for an
Whatever
audition,
shall we do?
and hopefully we wish her good luck.
Good luck with the
Hopefully I'll
audition.
get this one. It's a big one.
I'm sure you will.
And,
Have fun, you guys.
Au revoir.
all right.
My story's right here.
Okay. All righty. Yes.
Wiedersehen.
Well, the United States has a pretty big debt, let's face it, and it's growing. But I don't know if this is our future. A lot of people think it may be, but I hope it's not. And but we cannot keep on spending more than we have.
Oh, deficit spending just does not work.
It's really a problem. And I understand we had to bail out a lot of corporations and whatever, and banks and all that stuff. But it's just not Obama who's been spending. I mean, it happened in the previous.
Oh yeah, Bush started the TARP bill.
Yeah. So I think when Clinton left office, we had a
Balanced
surplus.
budget.
Actually, we had surplus,
Mm-hmm.
and in a matter of 10 years.
Though to be fair, while we had a surplus at the time, we had unfunded liabilities left over that had to be paid after his term.
Okay.
So there is some controversy whether he really had a true surplus or a surplus in name only. Because unfunded liabilities, while you don't have to pay them right now, have to be paid. And, it's just like a credit card. I have all the money in the world right now, but once it's time for the collector to come, I'm broke. And that's how everything works. And sadly, that's why we really can't rely on bailouts, things like that, because the collector does come one day.
Yes. And, he's not going to be nice.
No. I mean, just interest alone. We are spending so much money on interest to China, to Japan, to the Federal Reserve, who's a part of us. We are literally taking money from our country and handing it over to an organization in our country that hands it back to our country. This is a complete farce. This is not saving anything. This is just an illusion to make it look like things are looking better. I mean, the Federal Reserve can't help us right now. They can't print more money, because if you print more money, we go into inflation. They can't stop printing money, because then we go into deflation. I mean, although I'd rather have deflation than inflation because at least we'd finally hit the floor.
Right.
I mean, at this point, we are in a situation where we don't know what our real economy is because we don't know what our dollar is, and we don't know what our dollar will be tomorrow.
Well, I think one of the big problems is that our increasing debt to China.
Without doubt.
And that we may be called the United States of China in 50 years or less.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we don't want that to happen. So we really have to rein in costs. I believe some of the measures Barack Obama has taken will reduce some of the costs. Yet to be seen, of course, but...
I hope they do, but I doubt it.
Well, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's really only been in a little over a year. He stabilized the stock market.
Well, to be fair... remember the whole TARP bill that had to be, this is Bush's fault, I admit that, that had to be spent right away or our economy would collapse.
Right.
We have 2/3 of it left.
Right.
2/3 has not been spent. Now they're starting to spend those 2/3, and as they spend it, our economy looks so much better because guess what? That money that they've been holding and doing nothing with is being spent.
Right.
But what happens when that money dries up?
Right.
I'm predicting a double-dip recession in late 2011.
Really? Yeah.
I cannot see this lasting. We are still deficit spending. We are not cutting spending at all.
What bothers me is that we still have high unemployment.
Yeah.
And that spoils any real hope of a true recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have almost 10% of your population, and probably more, let's face it, probably more.
Oh, people have given up.
A lot of people have given up, so probably we're looking at 15% of our workforce is not in working, which is essentially, suicide actually for the economy. And I don't think that you can ever really have a true recovery unless you get that around 5%.
Mm-hmm. A jobless recovery is not a recovery.
No, it is not. So. That's one of the things that really has to be worked on.
Speaking about jobs, how does everyone here feel about the immigration debate in Arizona?
I love it. I think it's great.
You love it?
So you like the new law in which they can, for any reasonable suspicion, that's the exact wording, check anyone in Arizona for their green card or papers or anything?
Yeah, because if you have it, then there should be no problem with them checking it.
Well, not everyone, especially students, have. I mean, if you're an American-born person and you're a student, not everyone has an ID. Not everyone has something. I mean...
Okay, and I'm pretty sure they could go home and get something.
But you don't think it's a little traumatizing for the police to arrest you and almost threaten you to be deported in a way?
You can't go home and get it cleared, have it.
But here's the thing, the Constitution what's the word I'm looking for?
How many people walk around without any type of identification on them?
Half the time I don't. Anyway, we'll be right back on WHRTradio.org on the PB&J show.
One voice can get the point across. Two voices are stronger. Now add more and more, and we are stronger than ever. That's the power of a community coalition. They help community groups fight to keep kids away from drugs. It's easy to get involved. Visit helpyourcommunity.org to find out how your group can help. That's helpyourcommunity.org, because you get more when you get together. Brought to you by the Office of National Drug Control Policy and the Ad Council.
Peanut butter jelly time! Peanut butter jelly time!
The PB&J Show. Weekdays, 2 to 3 p.m. With me, Janelle Guarini.
And me, Blaine Morris. Featuring Mr. P. Take a bite out of PB&J every day. For the latest gossip, music, and news.
We'll fill you up on who's dating who.
The best new jams.
And the breaking stories to satisfy your appetite.
Coming to you straight from High Tech's Radio Pantry.
On WHITradio.org.
We're now back on the PB&J show here at WHITradio.org, coming to you from High Tech. And this discussion we just ended before the commercial break was on the new Arizona immigration laws, and I personally am strongly for it.
And I'm against it.
I guess Matt feels it's...
I'm mixed, though. I tend to go against it.
Well, I guess you feel it's a little abrupt to just go up on anyone and ask them for their identification, but
Correct.
I don't think so because.
Well, if anyone's interested in commenting, though, please call in at 201-854-8224 or 201-854-8199. We'd really appreciate the debate or just a discussion.
Yeah, so as I was saying, I guess you feel it's a little abrupt for them to just run up on anyone, but I personally think it's fine. Like, I mean, if there was there's a population problem in this country.
Oh, immense.
And it's because of all the illegal immigrants they just let in, and it's not fair because
the federal government,
that's where your tax money is going to pay for all these people.
Exactly. The federal government isn't doing its job.
So why are you against it?
I believe the federal government should be the one to put the border fence up, and make legal immigration easier. Once you make legal immigration easier,
because they're just gonna come in and they're
but once they're legal, but once you make legal immigration easier and they go through the right process, we get tax money from them. They don't get underpaid. They take normal jobs. And
how many of them are gonna take welfare and stuff?
Well, I don't know, and it's hard to say, but we do need more jobs in this country, and we need more people paying taxes.
Yeah, but bringing more people in is gonna make less jobs.
We need that.
But it's gonna bring more tax revenue.
But how are people gonna pay their taxes if they don't have a job?
Need more jobs.
That's what I'm saying. Don't let more people in.
Well, the more people we have, the more people that are here, the more customers there are to sell to also. I mean, it goes both ways.
Money, they can't buy. There's too many people here.
It's a long circle.
Get rid of all the illegal immigrants, and there's more jobs for Americans, and then Americans will soon enough have more money in their pockets to spend. They have jobs, they have more money, they spend more money.
Well, something about
you
hunting.
Can't just spend money you don't have. You said that earlier yourself.
Yeah, but hunting down these people is a waste of money to me. I think hunting down anyone who hasn't. Now, if they committed a crime, kick them out. No, lock them up. Then kick them out.
The crime is being an illegal immigrant.
No, I mean a felony. A felony.
That is a felony.
No, it's a misdemeanor.
Well,
it's a misdemeanor.
Should be a felony because you're illegal. If we go to any other country, they're not going to just let us come in and stay there and freeload.
No, I'm not for illegal immigration, but I'm not for hunting down these people either. I'm more of a middle ground person here. I think once you have the fence up and once you make it so that legal immigration, like a new Ellis Island, in which people come here and assimilate and pay taxes and all that is established, then once people still break in illegally, then you just hunt them out and throw them out.
So what do you do with the thousands of people that are going to come in and aren't going to contribute anything at all to it and just suck from the government's money?
I think we have to put them through a slow but steady citizenization program in which they have to pay taxes before they're citizens.
Well, that's how much money would they spend on that? If you say they need to kick them out first and then put up borders, kick all the illegal immigrants out, and that's it. And then slowly this economy will be better because there'll be less people just freeloading off everybody else in the country.
But what about the 15-year-olds and the 10-year-olds and people who've been here for 20 years and people who think that this place is their home? I mean...
Well, if they've been here for 20 years, why didn't they try to become a legal immigrant 10 years
because
ago?
Maybe they're afraid about coming out and saying, I'm illegal and, I want to be legal, but if I say this, you're going to kick me out.
Well, they're not putting in the effort to actually try to be a citizen.
But if they put the effort in, then they reveal they're illegal and they get kicked out.
Well, they should have just came here legally in the first place.
I agree with that, but now they are in here. What do we do with them?
Get them out.
Every single one of them?
As many as you can. If they're not contributing.
Women, children, and men? Women,
There's
children?
women who come up to the border and pop kids out right there so they can be American.
I understand that too. I am not.
I have no sympathy on it.
I am not pro-amnesty. I am not. I believe we have to let this cut bleed and then seal it up. I mean, we have to just deal with what we have, seal it up, and then start a whole new pathway for immigration, for legal immigration.
Guys, do you know the history of this country?
Oh, our country's
Obviously
built
they
on
were
immigrants.
But
Yes, it's built on immigrants. But
everyone here who isn't Native American is an immigrant.
Yes, weren't the Europeans illegal immigrants?
Correct.
Yeah, so my family came. They were.
No, I mean before your family.
Yeah.
What about the Pilgrims?
Yeah,
they were
illegal.
Yeah, but they conquered it and became America.
Yeah, but they conquered the people that were already there, which were the Native Americans.
Smallpox blankets.
The Virginians came in Jamestown. Were they They were
Like
illegal
third-rate
immigrants.
history.
Okay, guys. You know who owned Arizona, New Mexico, and California?
Native Americans? Oh no, Mexicans. Mexico.
Mexicans in 1850 or whatever, 1845. We went to war, and Texas became,
part of the Union.
Part of the Union, but Mexico owned Texas. Mexico owned Arizona, New Mexico.
Didn't they pay them?
And California. Who paid them?
Did they pay them, or they just
No,
they went to war.
Okay, so
All right,
they won it.
So what if Mexico went to war with us right now and took Texas and took California? Would you be okay with that?
They basically have come here and started to take over anyway, so...
No, I mean actual war, though. Would you be okay with that?
They've already come and, conquered...
I'm not saying I agree
American
with this being a problem. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying understand how some people view
Caucasians
things.
aren't the aren't the... Hispanic people aren't the minority.
Within a few decades, the minorities will be the majority when you add all minorities together.
It's already like that, basically, so...
And we're a melting pot, and we have to stay a melting pot. We can't just be these, dozens of separate, non-intertwined groups all thrown together. We have to be a melting pot. We have to be one culture with subcultures. You get what I'm saying? We need to be building an American culture here. And I think that's something that's lacking right now.
Yeah, well, maybe they should I think they really should just get rid of the people they can. And there's no problem with coming up on people and asking them for their green cards or proof that they're American citizens, because they won't have a problem if they are. So those areas are so overpopulated.
But what about illegal search and seizure? What about illegal search and seizure that's afforded to us against us in the Bill of Rights? That we can't be searched and we can't be searched without a warrant.
How are you searched? They're asking you for proof of being an American citizen. You have a license. That's proof that you're.
They're asking you to see something that you own.
You can't have a license. You can't have a source of.
Unless you're being pulled over for something very suspicious, like say, I don't know, a van with 20 Hispanic people in it, then yeah, pull it over, because that is suspicious. That is suspicious. Something is wrong there.
You see that 5 times a day coming to school on the bus here, driving a tunnel in Burger Line.
We're gonna get in trouble here.
No, I'm just saying.
I know.
What do you see coming?
He said that if you see a van full of people, 20 people,
Hispanic people,
that would be reason to see. That's racial profiling right there.
Well, yeah, and I'm for racial profiling.
They can walk up to a white person and say, "Where's your identity?" Yes, they can, and then if they aren't,
there's the thing though. I'm for racial profiling if there are other extenuating circumstances. Not just that alone. Like the van, having 20 of them in a van is another piece of evidence. Not just the fact that they're Hispanic. You get what I'm saying?
Maybe if there it's not a big enough van to accommodate the amount of people in there. Yeah, there's a reason to pull them over because there's too many people in the car. Not because I don't know. I just obviously have a different opinion on this than you do. So. I know you have some other stuff here on Hitler's death. If you wanted to go to that.
But we have a break coming up.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we do actually. And High Tech, please hold on for a second. Thank you for listening.
Everything is going to the beat.
When I do it, I feel the blood rushing through me. My muscles tighten, and I keep going back for more.
Carmen Castillo is under the influence of Dana, her volunteer trainer.
Come on, Carmen, again.
By spending 1 day a week in the gym,
tuck your chin, Carmen.
Dana helps neighborhood kids like Carmen develop interests that keep them away from drugs.
Hey, let me see your shoulder shift. Jab, jab. Great.
Be a coach, a mentor, a volunteer. No matter what it is, you have something to offer.
Good workout, Carmen. See you next week.
Log on to helpyourcommunity.org or call 877-KIDS-313 and be an influence on the kids in your community. Brought to you by the Office of National Drug Control Policy and the Ad Council.
Everything is going to the beat. Everything is going to the beat. Everything is going to...
here at High Tech, and you're now tuned into the PB&J show here. So we were just about to get on to our next subject here, and it's Hitler's anniversary of his death today, where he committed suicide.
Correct, but before we get into that, folks, if you want to call in, please call in at 201-854-8224 or 201-854-8199, and please, for the love of God, do not call us by accident. All right? Thank you very much. Now, Adolf Hitler, born 1889, 100 years before myself, was a high school dropout, which high-tech students learn from that. You stay in school or you'll be Hitler. All right. Now then, he spent most of his youth as an unskilled painter and eventually became a very, 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 very poor writer. Mein Kampf. Ugh. Anyways, he would actually become a Bavarian soldier in World War I, whereas avid anti-Semitism would first show in large amounts, rather. And this would later be shown in his concentration camps as his final option. He would eventually become the leader of the National Socialist Party, or Nazi Party as we know it, in Germany, and began a bloody campaign across Europe that would later be known as World War II. He killed over 11 million people, and would take the coward's way out, killing himself before he could suffer at the hands of the Russians. And like I said, here's actually the story of his death. It was 1945, April 30th. Adolf Hitler and Eva Braun were hidden in a bunker. The communist Russians were closing in, and they were about to get caught. They were going to get tortured. They were going to get killed. Eva Braun ate the cyanide capsule and died from the poisoning. Adolf Hitler supposedly took it too, but too much of a coward to die from the pain of being poisoned, he shot himself in the head, something he didn't give his dearly beloved wife. And today marks the end of a demonic tyrant, and I do not think many of us feel any pity for him.
No, he really was, probably right up there with Judas. I mean, if you're going to write the villains of all time,
Stalin, too.
Judas, then
Stalin.
Hitler, then Stalin, probably.
Yep.
But Hitler was such an evil force. And if you ever get a chance, go down to the Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C., and you will get a first-hand experience of what the concentration camps were like and what the Jews went through.
Or go visit them in real life.
What?
Or go visit them in real life.
There's still plenty of them alive, sadly. Oh,
no,
not sadly, not
have
sadly.
Barricades.
They're still up?
Yeah.
Do you know? Okay.
Yeah, my boyfriend said he went to see them before. He was in Europe, and it's like creepy.
Yeah, wow.
I mean, to cook people in ovens, how demented do you have to be? I mean, to feel no compassion that these people are suffering, burning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, turning to a crisp. I mean, imagine that feeling. Imagine your worst sunburn times a million.
Yeah,
and it's just disgusting.
What's disturbing, so disturbing about this is that, yes, Hitler was a madman, and yes, Hitler was demonic, but he had a whole country that basically followed him.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he saved his country at the time. He brought their economy back after World War I. He gave them the People's Wagon, the Volksmobile.
Yeah.
I mean, he gave them so many things that helped their country, and because of that, they were being spoon-fed right into his ways.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a scary thought, and it's a lesson we should all learn. Don't necessarily listen to the hand that feeds you.
Yeah, they overlooked his atrocities and allowed him carte blanche, and it was 11 million people were
slaughtered.
What do you call it?
Slaughtered
and
liquidated.
Liquidated, yeah. And terrible event, moment in history.
Awful. My grandfather lost his whole family in World War II because of this.
Oh, okay.
I mean, everyone, I think, has some connection to his atrocities that's still alive today, whether it's from a friend, from a relative, or from whatever. Everyone has some connection to that atrocity, and that in and of itself is amazing to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to kill that many people. Same thing with Stalin. I mean, he killed even more than Hitler. Just he killed his own people. That's why he's not as renowned for his evil deeds.
Yeah, right. Stalin was a butcher too. But hopefully we learn lessons from this, and it'll never be repeated.
Hopefully.
And hopefully.
Well, that's the good thing about nuclear weapons. Whether you love them or hate them, people are afraid about being wiped off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
However, when you get to religious zealots, that fear doesn't always last. For instance, the president of Iran, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, he believes that it's his job to bring chaos to the world. He said this before. He's a 12th Imam believer. That he believes that by bringing chaos to the world, he'll bring the apocalypse, and that his Messiah will come. I mean, that's a scary thought, thinking that someone that wants to wipe the world out. And, I mean, that's not said enough, in my opinion. When someone who is coming close to owning a nuclear weapon believes that he has to cause chaos in the world, you better be speaking about it to some extent.
Yeah. Well, that's for another show.
Yes.
I think we can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
So, Janelle, what's happening this weekend for you? Anything exciting?
I'm going to pick up my prom dress after school.
All right.
Awesome.
Very
so
good.
Once we're done
Congrats.
with the show, I'm going to drive back to pick up my dress.
Congrats.
Congrats. Yeah. When is prom?
May 28th.
May 28th. All right.
All you elitist high-tech kids.
Janelle's going to be leaving us
I'm
this
going
year.
to Weehawken prom.
Never mind then.
And then she's got to go back and buy another dress, right?
No, I'm only going to one now.
Oh, you're not going to go to the high-tech prom?
I wish I was allowed.
I'm just going to my prom.
They treat us like second-class citizens sometimes.
Oh, you're just going to the Weehawken prom?
Yes, and it's Friday, the weekend before Memorial Day weekend, and I'm going to go up to PA after.
Oh, okay. You're going to Pennsylvania? I thought you were going down the shore.
No, I'm going to stay away from down the
shore.
shore.
Okay.
There's no use driving like 3.5 hours to Wildwood or something.
True.
When I can go to Pennsylvania and just hang out with my friends and do what I want.
Is that where Blaine's going to be?
I think Blaine's going to New York.
New York? Okay.
And I'm probably going to see a play this weekend.
Oh, yeah? What are you going to see?
Either West Side Story or the Phantom sequel, Love Never Dies. I'm a huge Phantom fan. I mean, I'm obsessed with Phantom of the Opera. Going to be doing Music of the Night probably for my audition for musical theater.
Are you going to go to New York and see it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Matt is in musical theater, and Matt is, he's got possibilities to go on and be a singer, right?
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
Yes, he also is a broadcaster. So.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
He's got a world of potential. Just has to be there to do it.
I'll work on that, sir. I promise.
You have to be in it to win it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's the end of our show, I guess. The PB&J show. And we're gonna be wishing you a great weekend.
Have a nice weekend, High Tech.
And we'll see you on Monday.
Follow for the WHITradio.org.